Wicked Witches. I am in my new house, which has been manifested or gifted by the universe through some crazy magical miracle unbelievableness. So whatever, yeah, I don't know. This is the most amazing magic that's like unfolded in my life, was doing the pilgrimages and it leading to me moving to Sark and meeting Dizzle, who's like the most incredible love of my life, beautiful human being that I'm just so bloody lucky to have. I mean, he's absolutely fucking gorgeous and kind and loving, and it's been 5 years now and we're still honeymoony, and but also like establishing ourselves in a more, just such a gorgeous way. Like, it's just gorgeous, and I'm really, really lucky to have him. And then he proposed to me in this valley. We got married in this valley. The festival that we put on is in this valley, and now we live in this valley. And I'm literally in a forest in a valley in one of the most spectacular places you could possibly live. Like, I live in paradise, and we live in the best bit of paradise, in the most beautiful valley in paradise. And it just, we're in the thick of the spirit of the forest, and yeah, there's like elementals and just everything is here. Like, if you've ever watched Studio Ghibli, those little turning tree spirit heads with the three eyes that just, their heads rotate around, go literally everywhere. We are surrounded by them, and the stream in the bottom of our garden is where the spirit of the forest comes and drinks and goes wandering off down that way. I opened the doors the other day, the patio doors, and a buzzard flew off down the valley, and it's just, yeah, it's extraordinary. Miracles do happen, and it's just like trusting the universe that these things are the way they're meant to be. And we just did a really wonderful moon ceremony, and it was partly to do with this kind of thing. We have so many crazy things happening all in Aries at the moment. So look at where Aries is in your chart. So in my chart, it's in my, can't remember the number, house, but it's the house of ancestry and roots. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I'm not 100% sure how that actually really reflects on what's going on for me at the moment. So there's a stellium happening with the new moon, which was Friday, but kind of during the day, like midday-ish. And what you want to do is the moon goes dark, and then you want to then work with it as it starts to grow. And so this is the right time now on a Saturday night, with it happening yesterday at midday, to be working with it, because the energy is now growing, and it's going to grow for the next 2 weeks to the full moon on Beltane on the 1st of May. So that's going to be an exciting ceremony night. And then I'm putting on a festival the next day. But I actually think it would be really nice to do ceremony the night before, because it will give me a reason to not be out drinking and partying, but to like stay calm and be focused. And I think that's a good thing, because that's what's been really useful tonight, for me to not go out and be Saturday nighty, but to like give myself this space, because we moved house on the 1st of April. So I'm like putting on a festival in 2 weeks. I've just moved house, and I'm absolutely 100% going through the menopause, like right in the thick of that. And so there's been a lot of fiery energy going on, like total chaos. And so what I asked people to do, and I think this is a good thing to do, and you might want to do it too, is because Aries energy is so about I am, like it's this real, I'm here. It's the beginning of the zodiac. It's almost like a childlike, but very assertive energy, but from a place of courage rather than experience. Like Capricorns are very courageous in their determination, like they're ambitious, they don't see any limitations, but it's coming from a place of experience and hard working foundations of, I went to university, I did the degree, I was on the thing, Whereas Aries is like, I can do it. I'm going to go do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's from a much more just like kind of place, which is brilliant. So with this stellium, we've got the moon is obviously in Aries, the sun is obviously in Aries. On top of that, you have Neptune, which is a sort of like slightly like, oh, I'm not quite sure what's going on. And for me, that's been the menopause. It's just my brain just being like, oh, I don't really know where I am, what's happening. Mars, which is this like, we can do it, go for it energy. And then I think the other one is, let me just make sure I've got Saturn. Yeah. So Saturn, it's mad. So you've got Mercury, Saturn, Mars, and Neptune on top of the sun and the moon. And Mars is go and Saturn stop. And tomorrow on Sunday, they square. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting day because you've got this real standoff between these two energies. So it'll be interesting to see what comes from it. And so Mercury's voice it's not quiet, it's not happening quietly. So none of this is happening quietly. You've got the kind of long-term patriarchal institutional slow stop energy of Saturn, and then you've got this like go new rah, I want to make things happen, I want to do it now, Mars energy. And then you've got Chiron in the mix as well as the wounded healer. So the way that's all showing up in my life is I'm trying to put on the festival, but it's not like putting on a festival in the UK where you just phone up a supplier or, a service provider and just book them. All of those people here on the island are people I know who have some kind of relationship with me. And one of the significant relationships in that situation is a patriarch who is in charge, who, because of my relationship through other situations like me being in the government, means that there's issues there that are nothing to do with the festival but are making conversations really difficult. And so I know that we've got to have this conversation, but yeah, there's all the potential for volatility and explosion I want to try and not do. And then obviously my judgment is I'm not good enough. So my Chiron wounded healer is like, oh God, I'm not good enough, I'm always a failure, I'm always fucking things up, blah, 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 like that hanging in the mix. And then Mercury, this is very public, it's a festival, everyone's coming, there's nothing quiet about it. And Neptune, the whole menopause and just being like, oh, I just don't want to do anything. So all of that is a nice heady mixture of stuff. So what we did today, and I think this is a nice thing to do because it's definitely made me feel much better, was to write 5 I ams. So I am going through the menopause. And then for each of the I ams, you then write 3 actions. So I'm going through the menopause. Actions: get a morning practice space set up because everything's in boxes and I'm unpacking and everything's a mess. So how can I get a space set up so I can do my yoga and my meditation, because I know that helps. So one of my actions will be just to get a space set up. Second one, do a morning practice gently, because I haven't done one for a while. So don't start trying to do yoga the way you could do it 2 months ago. Do it gently. And 3, start reading the Wise Power book, which is a book about the menopause that I've been wanting to read. And then I've also added a compassionate miracle at the end of it. And the compassionate miracle for this is don't worry about doing any of the above. So if I don't manage to do any of it, it's fine. It's the menopause. Give yourself a break. So I've done that for 5 different things. So I am an event organizer, 3 actions, and then a compassionate miracle. So do that for 5 things. The reason why it's 5 is the number of Mars, and that energy, Mars energy. So write 5 I ams with 3 actions and 1 compassionate miracle to go with it. And then just what that then leaves you with and what that makes you feel. Do a sigil. So I felt the words at the end of that of peace, calm, and love. And so I felt like you need, with all of this and what's going on, we need to be coming from a place of peace and calm and love. That's where I felt that's what I felt left with and supported by. And I wrote those words down, and then you cross out any words that repeat, letters, sorry. So that's peace, calm and love. So any letters that repeat, I've crossed out. And so I was left with P, M, O and V. And then you draw a sigil where those letters are hidden. And I ended up with this one, which I really like. So P is in there, M is in there, O is in there, and V is in there. But you've got this lovely symbol. So then you draw the symbol out, which like this. So I've got my symbol, my sigil. And then what you do is you take it and you burn it. And this one I'm actually keeping. I've done this already. So you then burn it. I've got my candle here. And my safe cauldron thingy full of water to put it in to keep it so it doesn't set the house on fire, because that would be bad. While you're burning the sigil, picture it in your mind, like see the image of the sigil in your mind as you burn it, and that sets it off. So that's that, which is great. So it's really powerful magic. I really enjoy this magic, sigil magic. It's a good one. So we did that, and I feel much better for it. And that's why I'm feeling like, although it seems crazy to be trying to do a ceremony and everything for the full moon at Beltane, it's on Beltane. That's pretty magic, actually, on the 1st of May. And it will keep me calm on the day. So it's a bit like when you're too busy to meditate, that's the time that you most should meditate. And I feel like that with this. It's like, I almost didn't do a ceremony this dark moon, but I also felt like, well, I need to. And it's helped me kind of just get the space of it all ready, and just made a sacred space. And it meant that I didn't go out tonight and wasn't out drinking, which is probably what I would have done instead. And that would have just made me feel even more strung out. And so like, actually doing this was a good thing. And that's how I'm going to be feeling almost certainly on Beltane as well. Even though it's going to be a bit nuts. But 9 o'clock, I should have finished doing things at 9 o'clock, and I'll give myself that space. But I'll need to be prepared beforehand. So let's see, what does the universe want to share with us? Because this is a mad energy. What's going on now, and what we're creating now, and what intentions get set and wills get set in motion by this ridiculously forceful and initiatory energy of this fiery Mars energy, will unfold over the next 6 months. So we've got 6 months for this to unfold till the Libra dark moon and the Aries full moon in Libra season in September, October. So really the next 6 months, what are we going to create this year? So let's see. So be brave. So this is the horse. This is steadfast. This is having courage. It's good for me, this rune as well, because I realised I hadn't emailed the guy who does the carriages for the May Queen, for May Queen. I was a bit worried in case he's not up for it, but I feel like that's a sign that it will be all well. So we have the horse and the May Queen. But yeah, this is about being steadfast, just stay focused. And especially this year, it's a 10-year in alchemy and in numerology. It's the alchemy year. It's the shit turning into gold. It's this year of Leo energy. So everything, it's the fire horse, like everything about this year is, it's fire. But yeah, I had a vision last year at Glastonbury of this amazing place that was neither heaven nor hell, but was just where everything belonged and everything clicked together and everything was exactly as it should be. And it was fire, but it was gold. It was golden fire. So it was like the fires of hell, but the gold of heaven all together. And that's what this feels like. It's like, but gold and heavenly and so higher frequency. And just, yeah, I feel like it's all going, isn't it? It's all going off. And we just really live into the potential of it and the power of it and the higher frequency of it. And that is basically it. Anything is possible. This is like the Fool. This is the blank rune. Anything is possible. And this is in the physical world. So literally actually out in the world, fucking anything is possible. And for me, I ended up with a fucking 4-bedroom house out of nowhere. Literally for no reason. I mean, not no reason. Put the work in, you know. Put the working and was in walking all these pilgrimages. I've walked 5 pilgrimages that was done with love and intention for the land and for the people of the land, for Albion, for something higher, for some connection to the earth, and it was done. They were done, and they've all led to all this. You know, it feels like these are the gifts that have come from it, and the thank yous, and they come with caveats. Like, it's not all like there's some energy in this place, this valley, that's complicated and feels like it needs me to do something here too. And the work that I've done walking the lands and walking Albion has taught me tools, and it has opened me up to feeling things. That means that I'm aware of what is here and what needs doing and how to do it and who to reach out to for help. And then other people have reached out to me for help, and because of this and because of that, it means I could help them in ways that I would never have. This was not my line of work before, was not the kind of thing I do, but it's all tying together and is leading down another path that I never was looking to walk down or was expecting. So it's things are being initiated because of it, and it's batshit stuff that I would never be like, oh, I'm gonna like learn to do that thing. Basically, kind of energy work that is not something, just wouldn't have even thought about it or known about it. Or, you know, when I set out on my first pilgrimage, I didn't know what an energy line was. I didn't know anything about being a geomancer. I didn't know anything about energy work, and now I am being asked to do quite complicated energy work. I am a geomancer. I'm being asked by the land to do some complicated energy work, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's what's happening. I've gone from being an everyman setting out on a journey just because it was what was on the British pilgrimage website and it sounded like a nice walk, to being in a valley that I feel like I'm going to be working on and with for the rest of my life, and being phoned up by some fucking crazy, like, people you probably heard of, situation, like, mad, what? Okay, cool, asking for help and support, and I'm like, okay, I can support you, yeah, because I can, and I know what I'm doing. So and then this is kind of what I was just doing, sharing stuff that, even though, so this is the sunshine, so it's about fully illuminating your communication and really sharing stuff like what I just shared, because that's mad. What I just shared is mad. Like, if you asked me 10 years ago if I was going to be doing any of this, I would have said absolutely not. But it's about telling people and communicating it and sharing your stories and sharing your medicine and your wisdom, and the unfolding of the what the fuckness of it all, so that people go, oh right, no, really, okay, miracles do happen. Follow your bliss, trust the universe. It literally says it on my candle right in front of me, which someone gave me. Like, when I say trust the universe, it's like someone gave me that. I didn't even know that was written on there until I put this down and started doing this ceremony. I was like, oh, cool. And then, you know, someone gave me an egg, and this whole table is littered with magical, beautiful things that all mean something. And life should be like this. Like, everything should be an act of worship. Everything should be sacred. Everything is divine. Our whole lives are divine. And when you let it be, it just unfolds. So, like, I'm blown away by all of this. It is way more magic than I ever anticipated. So this is with our passion. And this is interesting because this is all of the Aries energy that we've got. Be really clear about what you're aiming for. In fact, that was actually the description for this stellium. Is it is a loaded gun pointing exactly at whatever it is you want it to be at. So what is your target? That's what this is. And it's in the fire. So it's in the Aries direction, the south. What are you aiming at? I mean, I'm not, well, I just said, I'm not clear what I'm aiming at, but actually I am. It's energy work with understanding and nuance, because I was always very ADHD, like I would just push through and work really hard and get these things done and blah, blah, blah. But that, I'm going through the menopause now, and that is not an option anymore. So how to navigate wanting to do the things I want to do that inspire me, that I'm excited by, and do the work that I'm being called to do that maybe needs a bit of slowing down and a bit of space and a bit of time to do it, and how to navigate all of that and to not burn out and make space and time for things. This, my word, I think actually, and it's good, I'm going to write this down afterwards, is energy work. But that is in both directions, not not burning out, working with the menopause, the spiritual journey of that, but also I want to put on 2 more festivals next year, and I want to, but can I? And exploring that and not approaching it like, if I do or don't, or however it works out, is a failure. It's like, oh no, that would be a lesson. Maybe me trying to do it and it not working, or me going to start doing it like I already have and then going, actually, I don't think I can do it. It's not a failure. That's energy work. That's me being clear about what I can and can't do, and trusting that. And then spiritually, it's the potential. This is a bit like the blank rune. This is lots of dice, gambling. It's like, go for it, like take the risk, gamble, and it's potential. So this is like Schrodinger's cat. It's like, we don't know what the dice are going to say. We don't know when we open that cup what we're going to have, but just take the risk and go for it anyway. Be brave. I mean, this is all saying be brave, be open, be courageous, and who knows what will happen. But just trust it, trust the universe, trust the process. See what unfolds and trust it all. I think I'm going to just pull one more card, because I'm going to do a whole bunch. In fact, this one's in my hand, so I'm going to just do this. But it's just a little wink from the universe, a suggestion from the universe, because I feel like that's really clear. I don't feel like I need to pull tarot cards for that. The universe is saying, with a little loving kiss on our foreheads, the tigress, which feels very apt. So we've got this sexy tigress. What she got to say. So let's read that. I've never pulled her before, so let's. But she's very Leo energy. ST. You know who you are, fierce and fabulous. And when you know that, you trust yourself and you become stronger and more powerful. Yes, you feel anger. Yes, you feel rage. You feel it all, and you are able to practice discernment. In the past, you may have reacted and lashed out. That's still possible, by the way, and you're absolutely not to be fucked with. But now you know when to hold back and be still, and when to make your move. Your mantra is, I'm confident, certain, and I have a lot of sass. And that feels really important. Like tomorrow, when Saturn and Mars square up to each other, you've got the go meeting the stop. And we've got to just see, sorry, my alarm was going off in the background telling me to take my HRT. It's telling us to, what is that going to do? And so observe tomorrow what comes up. But we need to be calm and collected with it. So don't kick off stupidly. Kick off if you need to, but also have compassion, have love, have peace, have calm, have love. Like, do it from that place. You know, there's so much going on in the world that deserves our wrath, our anger, our protest, our fight, our revolution, whatever it is that we do. But make sure you're on the higher ground, you know, that you're coming from a higher place when you do it, that you're in your seat of power and sovereignty when you do it. So Emperor card, have a good look at that. The Emperor card is the Aries card. Sit in your throne of power, feel your fire, but this golden fire rather than like angry, nasty fire. It's golden, powerful, belly, heart, womb, third eye open, throat chakra open, powerful, golden fire. And that is what we're speaking from, acting from. roaring from. So with that, rest well, lots of love, look after yourself in the next couple of days, and I'll see you on.